Yeah, we'll touch into that later. I mean, I guess for me, I mean, I feel like I've said my story so many times on interviews and stuff. Although one of the last times I said it, there was a lot of people in the comments and as well as like on Twitter and stuff that were like, you can't have memories that young. Because I started at like 2.5 playing games. And a lot of people are pretty adamant that children can't remember at that time period. But you can. So, yeah, my both my uncles were competitive Mortal Kombat players, and they had black and white notebooks, like the compact or whatever it is. And inside of it, there would be combo sequences that would be, for certain matchups. And this matchup or whatever you do this combo, and it would just have percentages and other stuff written down. And one of my other uncles, David, was really into time attack mode, which is nowadays called speedrunning. Or just doing time attack, right? And when I would watch him do it, or when I would talk with him about like various things, he would explain like why you have to optimize things in a certain way. And David was really important, I think, to everything surrounding me, because David taught me reading before kindergarten. David taught me math before children are supposed to learn it, right? I remember knowing like multiplication and division, I think, even by kindergarten. And David thought it was fun, like accelerating things that I would know. And so this also played a part into me feeling sort of alienated from other kids to a certain extent, and also feeling very bored in school pretty early on. But I would just always play games. Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, would play other games too, like Zelda, Final Fantasy and stuff, RPGs. And that was pretty much that. And then I got into competitive gaming with Yu-Gi-Oh! Initially, if you count that, and then StarCraft when I was 11, 12. And there was the whole cheating incident with me as well. And then later down the line, I get into StarCraft 2. I play Magic at one point. And then Hearthstone, and just laundry list of things. And then I end up in Korea, and here I've been for 10 years. So every time I tell it, I mean, I've said it so many different times. So that's pretty much that. I mean, we'll go into some of the darker stories. I went into one recently on LCS where I went through the Gravity story. Well, I touched on the surface of the Gravity story. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about it in this. But that was pretty much my walk. I feel like everyone who ends up in the pro life scene, they start really, really young in some facet, where they're doing competitive gaming, or they're made aware of it really early on, and they commit a lot of time to it. I don't think that anyone finds out about it late into like their teens or something and then decides that they're going to start doing something. Usually I don't think that's ever the case.
Yeah. I think